Hi friends, it's Mary from Mom Behind the Computer. My little girl is finally taking a nap and we are over some flu and cold stuff that we were dealing with for a couple of weeks. So I am finally back to be able to do the Q&A that I promised you with the Getting Started with Digital Planning course. If you haven't went through the course already, there's some great information there. I will put a link to the entire course in the description box below so that you can go through that if you'd like. This is a free course here on YouTube, so if you know someone who may be interested in learning more about digital planning, please go ahead and share this course with them so that they can get a lot of information that they may need in one spot. So with today's Q&A, we're going to go ahead and get started over on Instagram. I had one question there left from Made Out of Stars, and she said, "What a neat course to offer. I have a question. What supplies do you need to make a digital planner?" If you are creating your own digital planner, you will need some sort of editing software. So that may be something like Pages on the MacBook. That is what I've used to make a few templates for my own digital planner, and that has worked really well. You could also use Publisher on Microsoft. You could use Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, anything like that that you can use to make images, because what a digital planner truly is a PDF file that you write over. So just the same as a printed paper or something you write over, you're going to make a PDF page that you are going to write over. And if you want one of those planners with clickable links and stuff like that, you're going to need something where you can add those links, so a PDF creator. So I know if you're using Mac, you can do this on Apple Keynote. I have done this a couple of times, and I am not sure exactly what software. I know you could do it with Adobe Acrobat with the full, just the reader, but I'm not sure what else on Windows. So if you know, please leave it in the comments below so that we can find out. But that is what you need if you want to create your own digital planner. If you are just wanting a quick start to digital planning, I don't actually suggest making your own or scanning your own like I did before. I actually suggest investing just a little bit in one of the created planners that someone else has put the time into, unless it's a specific interest of yours to create something, or unless you just can't find what you want somewhere else. Okay, now we're going to move over to YouTube, where questions were left in the comments. Jazzy Farmer says, "Is GoodNotes the best app for digital planning?" This is a great question. My answer will say it depends. So I think that if you are on completely Apple products, so you use a MacBook, an iPad, an iPhone, any combination of those, I do think that GoodNotes works really well for digital planning. I think that it gives the best example of what taking a physical paper planner and turning it digital is like. So if you were looking for something where it's almost exactly like paper planning just without the paper, then yes, I definitely suggest GoodNotes. I have used some other PDF annotators and they just didn't have all of the features that I felt like really enhanced GoodNotes. Now GoodNotes doesn't have every feature in the world either, but I feel like it has the best rounded one for a PDF annotator. As far as if you're using multiple types of devices, so if you're using Windows or an Android and you're using an iPhone or an iPad, that sort of thing, I don't think that GoodNotes is going to work as well for you, because to my knowledge, I do not believe that GoodNotes has anything for the Android realm right now. So you're going to have a challenge importing those sort of things if you're wanting to use multiple platforms with your digital planning. And I'm pretty sure that it doesn't have anything for the Windows realm either. So if you're wanting to use something other than Apple products, I would probably suggest you try a different one. So Lavana Bach, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Lavana, actually left a comment on the second lesson in digital planning, and she did say that Metamoji Notes and XODO, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, are both pretty good Android options. So if you are using completely Android, I would definitely check those out. And if you're using some combination of both, the best options that I have found are either Evernote or OneNote. And I actually suggest OneNote over Evernote, just because it's a lot easier to do like handwriting and things like that on OneNote if that's something that you're interested in. But it still has the typing and things like that. So if you're working somewhere where you don't have a stylus, that works well. And the photos and everything can just work really well. And actually Cheryl G did ask if I would do a course on OneNote. And OneNote is something that I tried last year? No, about a year and a half ago. And when I tried it, I was like, oh, this just is not for me. I tried using it with my planning for my little girl's homeschool. And then recently, probably about January of this year, I decided to give it another try because I had saw a couple of examples of how different people had used it, and I'm actually really loving it. It works so much better than I thought it did, and once I kind of learned how to use it, and I think a couple of the features may have changed since then as well. So I'm still experimenting with it and seeing if I want to use it full time. Or what I want to do with it, but I am going to try to do a course. It may be a couple of months from now before I can actually get it recorded. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to try to at least do one video with like tips and tricks that I learned about OneNote, so that if that is something that you're interested in, or if you like that cross-platform, one thing I really love about it is that I can easily update it on my phone, on my iPad, and on my MacBook. No matter if I want to use like typing on my iPhone because I don't have a stylus that works well on my iPhone, or if I want to draw on my iPad, or if I want to look up and add things on my MacBook. So I really like that part. I'll see if I can at least get one video out, maybe even a whole course. We'll see how it goes. I'm not making any promises on the release date, but we'll give that a try. If you have any other questions about OneNote, be sure to leave it in the comments below. Following up, kind of on the last question, Crystal Brewster did ask, which app do you suggest for Android users, and could you give a course for an Android app? And I do suggest the ones that Lavana shared. I don't have personal experience with them. I did try them both when I was an Android user, but that was many, many years ago, so I'm sure they do not work the same now, and I did not have a good stylus then, which makes a huge difference as well. So I would give those a try, and if you do give them a try, let us know in the comments below how they worked. And also you asked, could you do a course for an Android app? I don't know. I do have an old Android tablet, but I don't have a good stylus for it. I'm going to say I don't know on this. So I may do one in the future if I get the tools and I'm able to play around with it to see how it works. But right now I'm just not experienced enough to do a full course or even to do a video because I haven't used Android in probably over a year. So if I do play around with it a little bit more, I will be sure to share with you all what I learn. I did have a couple of questions about will I be sharing how to design digital planners. So first off, I am not a pro at designing digital planners. I have played around with designing some digital files just for my own personal use because I couldn't find what I wanted out there, and I really love to experiment. That's one of the things that I really love about this YouTube channel is I can experiment, figure out how to do something, and share it with you. But I'm by no means a pro, and I by no means am a designer. So that being said, I do have basic knowledge of how a digital file could be created, and I am hoping in the next couple of months to be able to do just a quick video to sort of give you the basics on how to do that. This isn't going to be anything complex, and I am using a Mac, so if you're using a Windows, I'll try to translate over as much as I can. However, I no longer have a Windows that I can really record on, so it's not going to be something that I can show you how to do. I would still suggest you watch it because I know that I can learn a lot from seeing how other people do things in other formats, but that's what I'm going to have available, and I'm hopefully going to be able to do that in the next couple of months. It's not going to be anything major, and I didn't include it in this course because I don't feel like that's a getting started thing. I wanted this course to be focused on the easiest way to actually get started with digital planning with like no experience, no designing, and none of that, rather than going into complexities. So hopefully I'll be able to do at least a little video or a course in the future. So keep an eye on that. And if you're interested in any of these videos that I'm mentioning, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. Unfortunately, I'm not sure exactly when they'll come out, so that way you'll get notified when they do. Okay, I think I covered them all. If for some reason I missed one, please be sure to leave it in the comments below, and I will either answer you in the comments or I will do a separate video for your question. And if you do have any other questions, please be sure to leave those in the comments below as well. If I get enough, I'll make sure to do another Q&A over digital planning. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more digital planning videos in the future, please be sure to subscribe. I will be having more in the future, including an upcoming digital planner review coming here soon, and some other videos like you heard that I have in the works. So please be sure to hit the subscribe button if that is something that interests you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.